Hey YouTubers, it's Dr. Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. Please like and subscribe. And today I'm going to be talking with you about dry mouth. Now this is a really important topic, especially for folks who maybe are a little bit older, because that's typically the segment of the population that gets dry mouth. And the important thing is, what can you do about it? First off though, I'll discuss what brings about dry mouth, because a whole bunch of things can bring it about. So the first thing that can bring about dry mouth is types of medications that we take. Many medications on the market for all sorts of different conditions have as a side effect dry mouth. So they can dry out the saliva by kind of causing your salivary glands to not work quite as well. So that's one way where you can experience dry mouth. There are many other ways. There is, for example, well, if you have radiation treatment to your head or neck, that can affect the salivary glands in that area, and so that can cause dry mouth on that side. So radiation treatment is another reason why you can have dry mouth. If you are a mouth breather at night, you can also have dry mouth. If you have to depend, say, on a CPAP machine, that can also cause dry mouth. So, and generally as we age, we produce less and less saliva over time. So that can be a contributing factor to dry mouth. So what can you do about dry mouth? Because it is an important issue, because it can lead to dental decay or cavities. Our saliva is really important because it helps wash away food from our teeth. And if you don't have much saliva, or even any at all sometimes, that can be really problematic. So what can you do? Well, there are a number of solutions, thankfully, and I'll kind of go over each and every one by one. So the first solution for you for helping with dry mouth is water. This is pure water from our water cooler. So having water with you practically at all times is an important thing. I think that actually is the most important thing, especially if you have radiation treatment. But in general, drinking more water is going to help keep the mouth wet, keep food off of the teeth, or at least have less food on the teeth, and keep the mouth neutral. That is, you're neutralizing acid from the foods that we eat. So when you do that, you neutralize the acid, you wipe some of the food off of the teeth, so you're keeping things a little bit more clean and the mouth neutral, so that the teeth don't have acid breakdown. That is, the enamel isn't melting because of an acidic environment. So water really is the most critical and most important. So having a bottle of water with you, at all times, as long as it's the right type of water. Some waters can be acidic, but if you have the right type of water with you, that's a big help. So that's already a huge solution. Now, there are a whole bunch of products that help out too. So there's, for example, closys, that's one, biotene. These are rinses that you can use to keep the mouth wet. And they've been proven to be very effective, very good. You can also have, for example, I've got a coupon right here, ACT. So ACT has a whole bunch of fluoride rinses, but it also has a dry mouth formulation. And that can be really helpful for you. So maybe trying ACT as a product could be a good thing for you and something to consider. And so other things, you can use different types of candies or lozenges have also been created. So Xylamelts, for example, they've been made, so sugar-free types of candy. Orbit's gum, so that's also really good. Trident with xylitol is really good. You also have TheraBreath mints. That's a good product too. So those are another class of products that you can have. Now, there's also the saliva substitutes. So that's yet another solution for you for dry mouth. And there can be, I think it's called mouth coat. There's a mouth coat product that can be used. You can use Entertainer's Secret. That's a good one. And then you can use biotene. Again, biotene not only has a mouth rinse, but it also has a saliva substitute. So that's also a really good thing. Now, what are things that you should avoid if you have dry mouth? Well, you should avoid stuff that contains alcohol. That will dry out your mouth. So your alcohol rinses, like some of your Listerines, not that they're a bad product, they're a good product, but if you have a dry mouth, that can be kind of bad for you. So maybe try to switch away from that towards a biotene or something else. You should probably try to avoid things like caffeine. That can dry you out a bit. So other types of foods that can dry you out are things to maybe consider avoiding. So all of that, and you should probably avoid your sticky stuff. So sticky candies, your taffies, your caramels, things like that. Maybe have them very occasionally as a treat, but the thing is, if you have them continually, they'll stick to your teeth, and if you're not rinsing or brushing them off or cleaning them off, and you have a dry mouth, that can lead to rapid cavities forming and big problems, which we're trying to avoid. So that said, thank you very much for joining me on my video for dry mouth. Appreciate it. Keep on liking and subscribing, and hope you're all staying healthy.